Good morning, everyone. Welcome to your Fearless Friday. I can't believe how quickly the weeks go, right? It's Friday again. Anyway, I'm here this morning to talk to you about noise, basically, the sounds that go on around you internally. Because what's really important and something that you can't get away from is that little voice in your head and the stories it may tell you and the untruths that it will keep you trapped in. So it's really important, today's message, as part of the resilience program that you need to be following for you to come back to life and thrive again, right, after everything that you've been through. So we know that you don't feel like your old self. We know that you're feeling lost. We know that you're feeling overwhelmed. You now have really key foundation steps here for you to focus on, right? That is the most important thing. And I'm going to bore you over time by coming back and saying, have you done your morning pages? When was the last time you went out on a play date? When did you stop and feel the appreciation for everything you have and all what's going on? You're going to get bored of me saying that, but I am going to keep saying that because those foundational stones are really key. And then the breathing, right? Then the breathing and then the self-reflection and blah, 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 blah. Those 3 steps. Because with your morning pages, and why it's linked to what I want to talk to you about today, is because most of the time we don't pay attention to the messages that we are giving ourselves, the stories that we are staying stuck in. We don't do it, right? We know we don't want to feel this way, but we don't slow down. We don't pay attention. We don't listen to what it is that's actually being said by ourselves, to ourselves, right? We call this, when you have that bullying voice, it's called your inner critic. And your inner critic is an essential part of who you are because it has a role to play. And that role is to keep you safe. But if we don't listen, if we don't know how to discern between that voice and, say, our intuition, then we're buggered. And the other thing about the inner critic is we can believe it's us. We can believe it's the truth that's being said. And that simply is not true. So, okay. Just checking the comments. My comments box is flashing, but I can't see anything there. Anyway, back to you. So what do you do? Well, when was the last time that you slowed down, you tuned in, you paid attention, and you listened to the stories that you are telling yourself? That's important. Because unless you can decipher those stories, then you just get stuck in one place, right? And finding that time to slow down and reflect is really important. I know we feel sometimes that we have to get up and go, right? That it's really important to keep moving and I don't want to stay in this stuck place, so let's just go, go, go. But unless you have a plan, that go, go, go isn't going to get you anywhere. You're just going to round in circles. So what are the stories that you're telling yourself? That's the key to today's Fearless Friday. What are the stories? And why is it important to understand those stories? Right? It's really important. I'm sorry, I'm getting lots of warning messages flash up on my screen today. I think I may have too many windows open and not enough memory for them all. So share with me the stories that you tell yourself. Now, you may not know them off the top of your head, and some of you will, right? Some of you are like, oh my God, I am on a constant loop that I'm not strong enough, or that maybe I'm too old, or maybe I'm too young, or maybe I'm not smart enough, maybe I'm too tall, maybe I'm too short, maybe I'm unlovable, maybe I don't deserve, right? What is that story that is on repeat in your head? You share that with me, and I will give you the next steps on how to process and work through and let go of the pain or the overwhelm or the anger that can come from those stories. So we slow down, we pay attention, and we listen. Right? We listen. That's what you've got to practice for the next week. You may think it's easy. It is not. Because if we are harboring feelings of fear or anger or even depression, we'll be doing everything we possibly can to not slow down, to not pay attention, to not listen, right? Our energy is going to go into the no, not gonna go there. But the fact is, we have to go there to be able to get through it, to be able to let it go. That's the truth. So I want you to slow down. This was a really tough lesson. This was an exercise that my counsellor asked me to do, actually many years ago, when my medical teams first stepped away. And she was saying, I want you to go home, and I want you to do nothing, and I just want you to pay attention to your thoughts. So I would go home and I would, blitz the house, or I would immerse myself in a book, or I would have to learn something new. I would just immerse myself in anything so I didn't have to slow down, so I didn't have to listen. So if you find yourself there, then just keep bringing yourself back, right? Bring yourself back. And your morning pages will be a good place to explore this. Meditation or reflection time or prayer time, right? Just anything that slows you down. Okay, that is it. That's your Fearless Friday for this week. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. This week, you are going to slow down, you are going to pay attention, and you are going to listen. And then you're going to share with me here, and I will give you the next step.